So, kids getting a driver license, huh? Yeah! Clear the roads! Haha. Seriously though, it's scary stuff. Your new driver hurtling down the highway, to say nothing of all the new costs you may be facing. Ooh boy. But really, look at the national statistics. Drivers between the ages of 15 and 19 are more likely to experience a collision. You don't want that. I don't want that. Heck, the government doesn't want that. And that's why states nationwide have adopted graduated driver licensing regulations. I know, it sounds complicated, but don't worry, I'm here to help. Welcome to Graduated Driver Licensing Made Simple. Now, each state has its own set of specific rules and regulations, but today we're taking a look at Maryland. Meet Daniel and his mom Kay. They're about to start on the great adventure of the GDL. Daniel turned 15 and 9 months yesterday. In Maryland, this means he's just old enough to apply for his learner's permit. All they have to do is head down to the local Motor Vehicle Administration, where he'll take a vision exam and the knowledge test. 25 harrowing questions later, Daniel is a proud learner's permit recipient. So what now? With his permit in hand, he is now eligible to take a driver's education class. Now, the fun part. Daniel needs to spend 9 months working on his driving abilities under his mom's watchful eye before moving on to the next phase. He needs to clock a maximum of 60 hours of supervised driving time, 10 of which have to be at night, with Kay, a driving instructor, or another licensed adult over the age of 21. Kay will need to sign off on a log stating that Daniel has indeed been practicing his driving in a variety of situations, including weather conditions. The supervised driving period is really important because it gives experienced drivers a chance to make sure that their protege is learning excellent safety practices behind the wheel. Once he completes his supervised driving period, he is able to move to the provisional stage of driving. Meet Amanda and her uncle Jason. Amanda is 16 and a half years old and just spent the last 9 months learning Jason's best tips and tricks for how to pull off the perfect parallel parking job, among other vital rules of the road. She's now ready to embark on that vital rite of passage, the road test. She and Jason head to the MVA, where Amanda will show off her shiny new driving skills. With a passing score here, she'll enter the provisional stage of the GDL. Now, she can finally strike out on her own in that brand new Mercedes. Or whatever. She may be allowed to drive solo, but there are still safety restrictions on her provisional license. These restrictions are meant to protect teen drivers from potentially dangerous situations and distractions on the road. For the first 5 months, she can't drive with other passengers under 18 unless accompanied by a licensed adult over the age of 21. In addition, for the first 18 months, she can't drive between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. Amanda knows it's important to stay alert and aware while she's driving, because the law has specific provisions for learner's permit and provisional drivers. Traffic violations, cell phone use, accidents or injuries caused by learning drivers carry fines and can even result in revoking logged driver training time, starting the minimum 18-month waiting period. After 18 months of safe driving with a provisional license, the state's safety restrictions will be lifted. Congratulations! At this point, Amanda is a fully licensed, unrestricted, ready-to-go driving machine. Of course, Jason makes sure to let her know that having an unrestricted license doesn't give her complete freedom of the road. Unsafe driving, cell phone use, alcohol consumption, and traffic regulations are just a few of the things young drivers need to stay responsible about as they embark on the trip from learner to pro. Okay, let's recap. At age 15 and 9 months, a Maryland state student is eligible to apply for a learner's permit. After studying this year's driver handbook, the written exam and eye exam will be taken, which must be passed to receive a learner's permit and enroll in driver education. During the next 9 months, the new driver must have logged 60 hours of supervised driving time, 10 of which were at night with a licensed adult over the age of 21. At age 16 and a half, and with successful completion of the driver education class, the road test may be taken. With a passing score, the provisional license will be issued. The new driver no longer needs supervision, but some safety restrictions will stay in place, like not having any passengers in the car under the age of 18, unless with supervision, and no driving between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. After 18 months of safe driving with a provisional license, the Maryland GDL regulations will be lifted. Hopefully this handy guide has helped you make sense of the ins and outs of graduated driver licensing. For more information and specific rules for your own state, check out impactteendrivers.org and rookiedriver.com. Happy driving!